I want to talk to Vincent, who's been waiting from the UK for about an hour now. Vincent, you've been waiting a long time. You're live on Talk Heathen. What's up?
Hi, guys. Wow. I've waited so long. I don't know if it's going to be a good payoff or not, but like in the UK, we're not, although religion's still obviously a thing, the only TV show about religion was just people singing in choirs. And obviously, growing up, I watched, I was big into magic. Through magic, I found people like Penn and Teller, James Randi, and that's got me into watching you guys at the ACA. And obviously, I watch things like faith healing, where it's not just crystals and psychic mediums. It's actually people saying, you know, this is God helping me heal you. And you've had James Randi appear on TV just blowing all of these, not only just obviously the psychic mediums, but obviously God healers and stuff.
Yeah.
And it just confused me about how big they still get in America. You know, they get, massive congregations and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people. And yeah, in the UK, I don't think I've ever seen a group come together like that. I've seen it for people that can talk to the dead, quote unquote, and there is people that do crystal healing and bits and pieces like that. But yeah,
look, America has a proud history of conmanship. Okay, like America is like, you want to know the history of any con you can think of, like there's like a 70% chance it came from the United States. Like I don't know what it is about this country. It was founded by con men. It really was. Like people have come here to this land so that they can trick other people and get their money. And unfortunately, faith healers are no different. If you look at the documentary Marjo, I think is a prime example of this. Of a documentary that follows around a faith healer who half the documentary is him, you know, attempting to faith heal, and the other half is just him talking about how bullshit it all is, you know. And that's just one guy talking about it. You have to imagine other people can be just as cynical, if not more so. When it comes to faith healers in particular, I'm generally on the side of they are probably cynical money grabbers more so than, oh well, maybe they kind of believe this, you know. With other beliefs like with psychics and stuff, it can be more of a mixed bag, but like there seems to be a whole industry that really does profit off of believing that these people can really heal you. Yeah. And it's awful and it's terrible. I don't know the statistics on that, on how many people still believe in faith healing and stuff. I would hope it's gone down in recent years, but I do know that like because of you know, missionaries going to places in other parts of the world, it's grown in developing countries and stuff. And that seems to be pretty worrisome as well. So I don't know, but America, yeah, it's full of bullshit. Yeah.
And if you got any way to make profit there, like, right. I mean, a lot of this is going to come down to donations. I've been to a church, seen a faith healing, I don't know what you call it, session. I don't know what you call it. And watching them pass around, you know, a hat for money, was pretty obvious to me, at least in that point. Well, okay, well, here's a way to reel people in, right? People on the side, maybe someone like myself who didn't have like good standards of evidence would have bought into that, not noticed the hat or things like that. And you know, you just utilize this for money. I think it's typically deliberate, especially when you look at where these derive off of. I hope I got the verse right, but I think it's Mark 16:9-20 talks about like you can basically pick up deadly snakes, and if you're bitten by them, you won't be poisoned. You can heal people, all this. We know that is a later addition. It's not even written in the same style. Like the authors of Mark, you can just clearly look at it editorially and just look that they're not written the same, and they're not even in the earliest manuscripts. And so the thing that's problemsome to me is that this isn't very like hidden information. This is pretty much scholarly consensus. So you would think a pastor or someone might be rubbing shoulders with people in that department, or the fact that this is what they worship and believe in, would recognize that. And I think in a lot of cases they do, but they just know you know, that this is a way to grab money.
Yeah.
At least I think it's just as simple as that we live in a very easily exploitable capitalistic
it
society.
really is that cynical sometimes. I think that's what's hard for people to believe.
Yeah.
I think it's hard for people to think like, well, would somebody really be that just like evil? And like, yes, they really are. Like, I think when I watched that documentary, Marjo, that really convinced me of that, but also just all the stories and all of the scandals that have come out. I mean, it's really sad. It's really sad that it's still a thing in 2021, but yeah, people still making money off that stuff.
Is it prevalent in the UK? I should ask my dad, because he's from England. Is it pretty prevalent over there? Or is it not pretty prevalent? Is it like still something you observe at least?
So things like crystal healing and stuff like that I've seen it a little bit more.
Gotcha.
But not really. Like I said, people using God. I did just see someone in the chat say that it does go on, but they hide their advertisement in where the common people don't see it, which I guess that would be me. But yeah, it's definitely interesting that and the guy did actually say in chat as well that one of the biggest ways they don't get more public awareness over it is they're not allowed to advertise on TV, which, yeah, I guess that's a lot for it in the end.
This is one of those things too, where it's like, I can't just let people believe what they want to believe on this kind of stuff. Like if my grandmother told me that they discovered Peter Popoff and is now like super into like them or something, like I would have to say, no, we can't keep doing this. Like this is a situation where I don't care if you're really into it. Like there's demonstrable harm here and there's nothing good that's going to come out of it. Absolutely nothing good. Maybe a false sense of security, but like you can get that through other ways.
Perhaps bad things if you buy the miracle water, depending on the source of where he's getting the miracle water.
Yeah,
I mean, it might be contaminated water, so it might be a bad thing. But
absolutely. So really sad to see, but it's a good reminder for us who like don't see this stuff every day. Like it's still out there. It's still out there. Maybe hiding in the shadows. Maybe on cable programming that I know I don't have anymore.
As someone who lives in Atlanta, it's definitely still prevalent in the South.
Yeah. For sure. Well, Vincent, thanks for calling in. Appreciate you doing that. Hope you have a great rest of the day where you're at or night.